Hello, and welcome to episode number 84 of The Great Reset. My name is Robert Brill, and I'm the CEO of Brill Media.co. We are an advertising firm that helps drive sales and leads with tools and capabilities that are traditionally reserved for the largest brands in the world. We are here 5 days a week talking about marketing and advertising for senior marketing executives, entrepreneurs, and everyone who is looking to grow their company. Today we're talking about the logic for dynamic creative, including how to use dynamic creative for remarketing. This is the second episode where we really go into the logic, and we have one more coming up tomorrow. So let's jump right into it. So the first element that we're going to discuss is showing the last product the user looked at on your page. So let's say you're an e-commerce retailer, whether you sell tickets to concerts, t-shirts, flashlights, or anything else. You know when a person buys, and more importantly, you know when a person doesn't buy. With dynamic creative remarketing, you can identify the people who haven't bought your product, but abandoned cart, put something in their cart, stopped, and ultimately didn't purchase. And you can go a step further and serve those people up ads when you then see them next and get them to buy your product. With this capability, you can do a few things. Simply reminding the user that they are interested in a particular product is one way of going about it. So it's dynamic product remarketing. So when you see them on a banner ad impression and the ad is eligible for delivery, you might just show them the product with the price and a description. Or you can go a step further and give them a discount coupon to complete the sale. Or even further, you can show them similar products that they might be interested. So for example, if you're showing t-shirts, you might show a t-shirt with different characters but with the same type of design, or a different saying on the t-shirt that fits within the general genre of the type of products that you're selling. So we do this a lot, and over time this product tactic becomes far and away a massive driver of sales and return on ad spend for our campaigns. This one tactic using dynamic creative remarketing is so powerful. We have some really great case studies talking about the incredibly large return on ad spend that we're delivering on campaigns because this works really well. Number two, tie the creative to the weather. So another use case for dynamic creative is we can tie in weather conditions to the ad the user sees. In prior contextual targeting videos, we talked about contextual targeting with weather and companies like Double Verify and Integral Ad Sciences that is able to make this happen. By pulling in weather feed data, we can identify the weather where the user is and change the imagery based on the weather conditions. So I'll give you a very simple example. For a person in Los Angeles seeing an ad, it might be the weather in Los Angeles, unless you're in wintertime and it gets lower than this, but the general weather for most of the year in Los Angeles is over 100, between 90 and 100, or a balmy 70 to 89 degrees. So over 70 degrees. Unless you're in wintertime, it might go as low as 60. So if you're selling ice cream, for example, you can show your brand of ice cream and how it would be great for consumers right now. When it's over 100 degrees, show the sun really blaring over the user, the model in the ad, shining bright, and a person eating ice cream, and maybe it melts a little bit. For 90 degrees, when the weather is 90 degrees, show a person eating ice cream at the park, and or in the backyard, right? Or when it's 70 to 89 degrees, show a person at home watching television, eating ice cream. The creative opportunities here are endless, and this further supports the idea that the more you can connect the advertising message to how the person is feeling right now, it's more likely to connect with the user. And of all the messages they're seeing, whether it's advertising messages or content on a page, it's likely to resonate with the consumer more. It breaks through, and they're more likely to buy your product because it resonates with them. Number three, show different messages based on the content and context of a page. So in past episodes, we talked about contextual targeting. We can pair up contextual targeting with dynamic creative. One way to make this happen is targeting men 18 to 35. So let's say our product ties in with sports, any sport, all sports. It's for active men. If the page the user is on about baseball, you can show a guy and some reference to baseball. So you can use the same person, the same model in the ad, and instead of showing a random image, you can also show the guy like with a baseball, a bat, or a glove. Now, if the user's on a page about football, show football imagery, like a football helmet or a football. And so on with every sport that's relevant to your audience. So for example, if you run ads on a site about soccer, then show a soccer ball. And that's one really simple way to connect your brand with the zeitgeist and really deliver a message that will catch the user's attention. You can go a step further and say like, look, it's baseball season now, like I'm recording this in August. And so we're in the middle of this abbreviated baseball season. So let's talk about baseball. And then in fall time, we can talk about football. So there's a lot of different ways to break this out, but the core idea here is do something, write messages that are relevant to what the consumer is experiencing right now. So those are 3 more scenarios for dynamic creative remarketing. So in tomorrow's episode, we'll round out the different types of logic for dynamic creative for advertisers. See you tomorrow for another episode of The Great Reset.